The company that I was working for was going to fire me flat out, and they were lying about it. Stick around for the end of this video because I am going to tell you 5 signs that you can look out for at your current job, and you can tell if that company is going to lay you off, fire you, merge, any of those things. Stick around. I was in my mid-30s and I was working for a company, and suddenly things got crazy. There were news reports that the company was going to be merging, that it was going to be taken over, all of those things. It was a panic. Employees would talk among ourselves. There were all sorts of discussions happening in different departments, but nobody would actually share a lot of those discussions. There was just people walking around in fear. What do you think they did, this company? Oh, you're gonna love it. They put up signs in employee areas that said, "We are not going to merge. We are not being taken over. Do not panic." What? So when I saw those signs, I said, oh, they are going to merge. They are being taken over. I should panic. So I started talking to my coworkers about it. And they were just convinced about those signs. Why would they put those signs in employee areas if it weren't true? I said, because if you're going to be taken over, the most important thing that the other company wants is employees. Nobody wants to take over a company that doesn't have employees. That's the largest part of the takeover. It's the workforce. They weren't having it. Nope. So I started looking for jobs elsewhere. It was very different back then. It wasn't all internet like it is now. So a lot of things were in the paper still. And I came across the job that I am at now, folks. Now. And it was scary because actually I was taking a pay cut if I were to take this job. But the benefits looked incredible. And I was like, oh my goodness, should I do this? This is crazy. No one else is going with me. I'm telling people to come and nobody's believing me. Am I wrong? Am I seeing the signs incorrectly? What should I do? What should I do? Well, I just went for it. I went for broke. I mean, I was like, well, I could be horribly wrong, but I just didn't feel it. I felt like I was correct. And so here I was at a brand new company, and it wasn't even long after I moved to that company that, you know what, all hell broke loose at my old job because they merged. They were taken over. And let me tell you, people, ooh, it got ugly. People started turning on one another, giving people reasons to fire old employees, for the new company to not take the managers and supervisors, to shorten departments, to make things more concise. And it just was ugly. It just went crazy. I mean, people were in tears. The 401k, that was gone because the new company didn't have to honor that 401k. It just went crazy. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I knew something was going to happen, but the way it went down, it was just awful. It was absolutely just awful. So I say to you, what happened at my job now was wonderful. Great benefits, great people to work for, a great environment, chances for advancement, everything. And then what happened? My ex-coworkers called me. Are they hiring? Are they still hiring over there? I was like, no. Why didn't you come when I told you to? Fear. Fear is what stopped them from coming. sometimes I think about it and I was like, did I really push them enough? I think about them now, what happened. People lost their houses. I mean, I said what I could do, but besides screaming it from the top of a building, what else can you do? So, I say to you, if you're at a job and you feel like something is going on, I have signs that you can look out for. Excuse me. 5 signs. I have them written down. The first one, it can come in different forms. It's basically notices from your job that they're not going to fire you. Now, it was pretty blatant at my job with notices in employee areas near the helps hall, and I don't know if it's going to be that obvious, but it might be emails, it might be faxes, it might be memos put throughout where you work, something like that. But either way, it's something telling the employees that it's not going to happen. That's the number 1 sign. Number 2, efficiency experts. Now, I heard a rumor that they were at my job. I never saw them, but I heard about them. Checking out departments, seeing what could be more efficient, just as friendly as could be and nice, and talking to different employees. You know that movie Office Space where they came in and they had their efficiency experts and finding out what all the employees did. It didn't go well for people at all. That's number 2. Okay. Number 3, fear in your coworkers' faces. We were not all sharing information. People had discussions going in their departments and they weren't telling other departments. Some things sounded like it could just be rumors, but some things were really true. But everyone was so fearful that they wouldn't talk about it, as if not talking about it could make it not happen. Or maybe it's not happening since I'm not talking about it. Not true. That's not how things work. Things don't work that way. So, fear in your coworkers' faces. And number 4. This is broad. News headlines. Now, news headlines could be everywhere. It could be YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, the internet news, people who you follow on YouTube. So it's broad. So look and listen. If people are saying you're going to be taken over or merged or downsizing, whatever it is, any of that, listen. They're getting information from somewhere. Some people have inside information, you know, and you have to have your eyes and ears open. Okay? Number 5, it comes down to your senses, your gut. Spidey sense, your gut. What is it telling you? Is it telling you things are not secure? Well, then they probably aren't secure. I hope none of this is happening to you where you're at. But if you feel it is, no matter what your age, and people get so scared if you're in your mid-50s, 60s, 30s, 40s, even your 20s. People get very afraid to start something new. But maybe it's a sign that you're supposed to follow the field that you were in, that you graduated from in college. Maybe you're supposed to venture out into something new. Maybe that buddy of yours who keeps telling you, hey, come on over here with me at this job or at this new venture. Maybe you're supposed to go. Maybe you're supposed to open up that new bake shop. Maybe you're supposed to get that new food truck. Maybe you're supposed to just start new. Maybe you really are. Now is the time to do it. Your gut, your senses, things around you all of those signs, pay attention to. Like I said, I hope none of this is happening to you. But if it is, at least you know you're not alone. People go through this every day, and you can come out on top if you read the signs. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to hear some more content like this. And I am always wishing you peace and love from Journey with Yvette.